They don't cover a lot of the things that they should be covering. They've backed a loser. They backed a guy that can't win, Ron DeSanctimonious, I call him. He's losing by 40 points. Some people say 51 points. He's losing by that. And they give him so much time. I watched today, they gave him a live presentation down at the border, which was very boring. And all he did is say, I would use various policies, and those were all my policies. So, and yet I got the Man of the Decade award last night in Michigan, and we had Faith and Freedom on Saturday night, and they purposely didn't cover that speech, and yet I'm the candidate that's up 40 to 50 points, and leading Biden by a lot also. So, you know, they're very prejudiced in what they do, and that's okay, because in 2016 they were just as bad, if not worse, and we ended up winning, and they were very nice. The night we won, they were very nice, but you know what? We remember that. No, they're not doing the job. And I will tell you, Newsmax is doing a great job. Newsmax, I watch a lot of Newsmax lately. They're doing a great job.
Sir, I was there in Fox in 2016 when you won. Do you think this time around, do you think this whole DeSantis coverage?
He couldn't have won the election without me. And then they said, would you run against the president? And he said, I have no comment, meaning the answer is yes, 3 years later. So, you know, that's I think people value loyalty also. I think it's very important. I think that's been really proven. But, no, they're pushing him, but they're stopping now because he's just not a good candidate. When he came to me, he was losing very badly. When I endorsed him, it was like a bomb went off. It was like a rocket ship after I endorsed him. But he was a bad candidate. I call it artificial. When those numbers went up, that was artificial. He's a bad candidate. He's not good. People don't like him, and that's been proven to be the case. But Fox is pushing him, and they're not getting anywhere. They were pushing Jeb Bush with me. They were pushing Jeb. You remember Jeb? Whatever happened to Jeb? But he had a lot of money. He had a lot of everything. He had Foxes. They were pushing him like you can't even believe. As much as they push the sanctimonious right now. And I would say Jeb didn't do too well. And Jeb and Ron are very much like each other. You know, in fact, Jeb sat right next to Ron during his inauguration.
You know, you talk about Jeb Bush. I mean, on my show when I was at Fox, you brought out that first low-energy jab for the first time and ended up really sticking. Here's my question. Karl Rove was really pushing Jeb Bush. Karl Rove has never been on Fox more than recently since they fired Tucker. All of a sudden, it's the Rove network. He's writing op-eds, actually writing op-eds, hitting you. I don't understand why they would do that.
Well, Karl Rove is a rhino. And Karl Rove, I know Karl Rove very well, but this is a guy that has his own agenda. And I know what the agenda is, but the people are finding out. And Murdoch and all of these people at Fox, they want to put him on. They keep putting him on. People turn off when he's on. And as you said, they're down massively in their audience because people get it. People understand what's happening. It's incredible, actually, how smart the public is. But they are watching you. I tell you, your numbers have been very good. I've been watching, Eric. I'm very impressed with your numbers.
Thank you. Thank you. Final thought on this. Bret Baier had an interview with Bret. He will be the moderator with Martha over on August 23rd on the first GOP debate. Will you join that debate?
Well, I'm leading by a lot. And in many ways, I'd love to. But in other ways, it seems foolish. When you're up 40 points, 45 points, maybe more than that, and you have guys like Hutchinson, who nobody ever heard of, who's down at 0, and Christie's down at 1, and even Mike Pence, I saw a number today, was very discouraging when you look at a number like that. It's sort of, I feel badly about it, but he was down at 2 and 3, and Nikki Haley is down at 2. You know, you really say, what's to gain by being out there and having everybody shooting at you? And then you have a hostile network like Fox. Like when I did the interview with Bret, I thought it was fine. I thought it was okay, but there was nothing friendly about it. You know, it was nasty. And I thought I did a good job. I've been given credit for doing a good job, but I've also, people said, why would you do it? Because it was really, you know, everything was like an unfriendly. It was always, everything was unfriendly. No smiling, no let's have fun, let's make America great again. Everything was like a hit. So, you have a hostile network, and you have people that are obviously their candidates are against you, and they therefore are being hostile. And if you're leading by 30, 40, or 50 points, what's the purpose of really doing it?